Hello, welcome to my channel, The Ascension Guide. I'm your guide, Joe Martin. So today's message from Archangel Ariah is around the topic of fear and how much of a control that it has on our daily lives. And we need to kind of change the way we look at and think about fear. So one of the first things, to think about is, when we come to this planet, there's one thing that is for sure that happens no matter what. And that's death, right? So I guess and taxes too. Kidding. But no, death is no matter what happens, nobody gets out of here alive, right? Death is the part of the human proposition. So we know for sure we're all going to die. So with that being said, I guess the difference would be how many people really live and how many people take advantage of their life and how many people live in fear. And this, overarching theme of fear, controlling your daily actions and your daily movements and what you do because, you're afraid of what might happen or, whatever else. And it paralyzes you and it doesn't let you, live a life that you want to live. And I'm not saying you specifically, but there's people like this, and maybe this does apply to you. But so fear can mean a lot of different things, right? So there's the old acronyms of fear, forget everything and run. It's one acronym for fear. Or face everything and rise. False evidence appearing real. A bunch of different, acronyms and ways that you could look at fear. One thing that has always remained true is when you face your fears, they no longer hold that weight over you. So we have to look at the world we're living in and understand why we're constantly put in this state of fear. Why would they do that? Why is every headline negative in the news? Why is there these new variants all the time? Why is there these new terrorist organizations or whatever it is? There's always these new things that we have to live in fear of. Why is that? Because you're easier to control when you're in fear. And they know that. It's psychology. And anybody who studied psychology knows how most people go back to the acronym forget everything and run, right? So if you forget everything because you're in fear, then you're much easier to control, because when everything doesn't start adding up, you don't ask questions because you're afraid, because you forget everything. So what we need to do is stop being afraid and take back our control, take back our power. When we're not afraid, then we're not manipulated. Fear can manipulate us in many different ways, make us do things that we normally wouldn't do. So when we take that power back and we're not afraid, and we take that, that's really all they use to control us is fear, right? I mean, look at the news. What is it all the time? Some kind of fear, some kind of new thing that we have to be afraid of all the time, all the time, all the time. Keep us in that low vibratory fear state. Fear your neighbor, divide and conquer. So to overcome that, we need to live our lives the way we want to live. Tune out the fear, face the fear. The other acronym, face everything and rise. And then it doesn't control you. And you can take back your own life and, live a life worth dying for, because nobody gets out of here alive. So you might as well make it count, right? And I'm not saying go be crazy and be reckless or anything like that, but don't let fear control your decisions or control your life. Do what you want to do and enjoy those things without having that fear overhanging you. You're going to die. It's going to happen. When? Nobody knows. But we do know that you could live a really long and extraordinarily boring life. And maybe that's what you like. Or maybe you want to live a really exciting short life. Maybe that's what you like. It's up to you. But we should also understand that we should live which one we choose, not because we're being controlled by fear and manipulated by somebody else, not because somebody else says you need to stay inside because it's, scary out there. It's a big, scary world. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I know that when I hear the news or when it trickles through to me somehow, it's nothing like the world that I experience when I look out my window or when I go outside. It's not even close to the same thing. So maybe I'm in a different frequency. I don't know. Maybe it's a totally different world. Maybe it's an illusion. But I know one thing for sure, it's done on purpose to keep you in fear. So we need to understand that. Take our power back. Become aware of the tactics that they use. Go learn a little bit about psychology if you're interested. You know, you'll see all the tactics that they use and how they prey on the human psyche. So anyways, I appreciate all you tuning in. Go live your life, go enjoy, go be you, and go make this world a better place. Stop living in fear, because we have too much of that vibration going around. It's time to take our power back, live the lives that we're intended to, not being in fear of this overarching everything is doom and gloom all the time. So let's change all that. All of you working out there, let's share this video, let's like it, do all the things the algorithm needs, whatever it is. And you know, if you haven't subscribed already, I'd definitely appreciate it if you would. And let's go change the world. Let's stop being fearful. Let's embrace who we are and go live a life worth dying for. All right, everybody, till the next video. Love and light.